what Decentraland is. And in the next session, we are going to have a round table with some industry experts, and we will cover some interesting topic about Web3, and also we are going to, it will be the moment that where you can also ask something if you have anything that you want to ask. And after that, we are going to, I will introduce you into Decentraland, and after we are going to have a networking hybrid experience with the Decentraland community, and we are on a Google Meet call, and you can join that as well, and also so that we can also have networking and connect and share some insight together. Okay. So I don't know. I am a little bit curious about what your interest regarding Web3 and the metaverse. So I don't know if any one of you wants to start. Yes.
A co-founder of Blockchain Crypto, which is and with crypto consultancy to blockchain-based companies that go through education and consultancy work. I've used Decentraland quite some time, dipping in and out of it. I think last big thing I went into that I really enjoyed was the music festival. I think it was last year or the year before with Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
Which was super. Just really come along just to kind of meet other people, see what's going on, and yeah, see some of the other stuff that Scan has to share. That's my background.
Okay. Does anybody else wants to?
Yeah, I'm Simon as well. I live on a boat, sailing boat, and I make documentary films about innovations in the marine environmental sector.
Wow.
Which is a good excuse for sailing around the world because I'm not very pretty, and having a YouTube channel of me diving in the water is not going to exactly get huge crowds. So I make documentaries about basically about academics researching dissertations, etc. I use a lot of modern tools, but back in the 90s, I used to use a thing called Second Life, which was sort of a virtual place to be. People would stand around and not say much to each other in it, and then you could build environments and so on. So I was curious.
Okay. And I don't know.
I am Harman. I work on online applications, and I am curious to know what this is all about.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's the difference between this and, for example, Skype. I mean, Skype is also a centralized system, Skype. And I want to know what is this?
Okay, good. I don't know if you want to share something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Ed. I'm a computer programmer in daytime, and I also do some sort of game programming in JavaScript. I'm just interested in decentralization generally, because I think these days decentralized power, people aren't really governing their consent as much as they should be. And I think the future is decentralized with Web3 generally. It's a good idea, so I'm just interested to find out more. And also look at how this project does stuff, maybe with a view to, I don't know what integration looks like, or whether I can use some of the ideas in my sort of own projects. Interesting.
Okay, good. Okay, so I will start with explaining what Decentraland is. At first, I am Scatalayo Rock, and I am the official Decentraland ambassador here in the UK. And okay, now what is Decentraland? So for us, the Decentraland community a virtual world, which is also governed, created, and experienced by its global community. It is powered on the Ethereum blockchain, and one of the characteristic of this virtual world is that users retain complete ownership of their digital assets and identities. On a map, Decentraland looks like that. And there are two views in this map. One is the parcel view, and the other is the satellite view. And as you can see, all these colored dots are building that the Decentraland community has been developing throughout the time. In Decentraland, there are also 90,000 parcels of land that can be owned by the Decentraland users or communities into Decentraland. Those are identified by X and Y coordinates, and also can be bought. You can rent them, you can sell them. Other digital assets that you can use to create your digital identity are names that, like in the real world, you are your own name that identifies you. And in the same way, you have the possibility to own your own name in Decentraland. You can also customize your avatar by choosing your outfit, which also reflects how you want to look. For instance, it can also reflect your brand. You can also choose how your avatar moves, and you can buy all these assets in the Decentraland marketplace, which is fueled by MENA. Manage and trade your own assets. Activities that you can do in Decentraland are hanging out with the Decentraland community. There are events that happens daily, but also you can play some games if you want. Or you can also host digital events. You can host networking events like we are going to do tonight. And okay, and this is basically what Decentraland is. Now we are going to meet our panelists. So the first panelist, so Mariana is a Decentraland content creator, and she's also a DAO contributor. She has a background in finance and accounting. Another panelist will be Meta DJ, is a metaverse DJ, and also is recognized as an expert in generative AI. And finally, we have Sinful, and he hosts events and also is a founder of the community building in Decentraland. And okay, now I share the screen with the Google call. Okay, all right. Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
You may have to stop presenting. There we go. You got it.
Perfect. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Okay, so I've been mentioning the fact that Decentraland is a decentralized virtual world, and I was wondering if any of you wants to talk about a little bit what is a DAO.
Yeah, so I can talk on that. So a DAO it stands for the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Essentially, it's an organization. It's a way of having an organizational structure for an entity. But the difference about a DAO is it's operated on. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be on the blockchain. There's also DAOs that are non-blockchain, I guess. But yeah, so essentially a DAO is a group of people who make decisions in governance and also manage monetary resources in a entity in a decentralized, non-centralized way. So yeah, that's done through different forum discussions. If it's like a personal DAO, that could be done in person and different panels, meetings. So imagine taking like a board of directors for a company and now having the users, the customers of your company making those decisions instead of the board of directors. That's pretty much what a DAO is. It's a group of people that now have a collective freedom to discuss and make decisions for a company or entity, however you may want to define it. And so how a decentralized autonomous organization or a DAO ties back to Decentraland. So the Decentraland DAO and the Decentraland Foundation, so two different, well, one is an entity, the foundation is an entity, and the DAO technically is not an entity yet. These two companies, or not even companies, but two structures, it's so complicated. These two organizational structures oversee the total platform and operations of what goes into the platform, the governance behind the platform, how the financial aspects work for the platform, whether that's how the land sale contracts work, how we're making money from wearable contracts or sale of wearables that's Kat showed. But then from a Decentraland Foundation perspective, they're making sure that pretty much the software and platform client, or it's called the Explorer. So they're making sure that the Decentraland is able to be entered into, that you're able to enter into Decentraland. But where the DAO comes into place for Decentraland, so the Decentraland DAO currently has a open vesting contract, or a vesting contract that began in 2020. It's currently a 10-year vesting contract on the blockchain that allows for people in the community to request grant requests. So the grant program has been going on since about like June of 2021 or something like that. So since that time, since the grant program entered, users of Decentraland are able to make requests on what kind of platform contributions or improvements are needed for the platform. And that's done through the Decentraland users, back to the point of making decisions for this platform. It's important that we choose, what kind of contributions we want to see in the platform, whether that's education, gaming, social events, funding for, documentation of how the platform works, sponsorships for events, kind of like with SCAT. Like, this is a grant with the ambassadors program to be able to go out and do these talks around the world globally, because we have to remember Decentraland is a global entity, which will have different reasons for different people all over the world. So like Decentraland in America might be a different purpose than Decentraland somewhere else. Like many countries are using Decentraland for different reasons. So it's important for the DAO to have this reflection of thoughts, because it's important to have like a global mindset to be able to contribute to different aspects of the DAO. So it's a very interesting concept. It's still like a new a few states that allow a DAO format, but we're really early to this type of development and structure. And from a regulatory perspective, like this is still being developed. Companies are doing research right now. Big consulting companies are still doing research on how to advise their clients to either make DAO entities, potential DAO entities, like does it make sense, does it not. But yeah, very important. It's a very interesting time that we're in. And even in like the Decentraland DAO, like there's, with the market, we're trying to make appropriate decisions with what kind of DAO funding should go into for Decentraland. So yeah, any questions about the DAO? I can go on for days about the DAO. Trust me. But yeah, sorry.
Okay, and I don't know if you have any question about DAO or that you want to ask now.
Not yet. They don't have them yet.
Yeah.
You just wait.
Oh, you will. You have many questions.
Scad, if you can repeat that for me. Or summarize.
If you know if there are any regulation in Europe or
I don't know the specifics of the DAO regulations in Europe, but I know they exist. The consulting firms that I know of, they currently do DAO advising in Europe, but I don't know what those specifics are. But I know it's a very popular topic, and that companies in Europe are more receptive to the idea. And yeah, I just don't have the DAO, your EU manual in front of me. But they do exist. It may not be like a full guidance available, but I'm sure there's talks in the parliament, maybe even.
Mariana, what would be the best way for them to find that information within their country?
That's a good question. Simple. I don't know.
Like maybe perhaps even contact your local CPA.
Yeah.
I know companies like Programmatis, they operate in a worldwide capacity.
I wouldn't, I would say even go bigger and go to Big Four guidance. So EY, I used to work with EY, and I know the people that do EY DAO stuff. And they actually, EY has a blockchain group that publishes DAO governance. So I'll have to find a link, but yeah, if you type in EY DAO in Google, I'm sure it'll pop up in the SEO. But any Big Four accounting, there's a lot of, I would say like a consulting firm would have this information. I don't know what kind of fine. I don't know if the EU has like a DAO link in like their different the country's governance, or like like we have like the IRS, like there's some flexible, or like we have like the AICPA. Like I wonder if there's like a a structure or organization that may have this published for Europe specifically. But good question. Start with a CPA in Europe, and that'll get you started.
Okay. So I also mentioned before that about digital identities. And I don't know if you have any, what are your thoughts on how are they perceived? Okay.
You're still muted, Meta DJ.
Oh,
There you are. There you are. I hear you.
there I am. Can you repeat that question? I'd be happy to tackle it.
Before I mentioned digital identities, and if you have any thoughts on how they are perceived.
Oh yeah, okay. I want to tag team this with Sinful because I'm curious what his take is. But what I'll say is it's actually been quite interesting for me. By the way, nice to meet you guys. I'm Meta DJ, Metaverse DJ. I know she pulled it up. I've been involved with Decentraland for 2, almost coming 3+ years. Am the founder of a Metaverse innovation group, fusing music, creativity, and technology together. So really excited to be here, addressing the question. The reason why I just made that intro is because it can give you a little more of a sense of context of why it's so valuable on a personal brand level. So let's not even talk about like a corporate entity. On a personal brand level, we live in this world where we are, most of us, I would say, we're talking all right now. We are all interconnected via the internet, and we tend to have social media platforms or even professional networking platforms like LinkedIn to represent our persona. And I would call that a digital persona. But one of the biggest challenges we've had is that it's two-dimensional. It's literally a screen, maybe a static image, maybe a short little video feed. We can't really be present with that. And what we're starting to see now is through technology that's a part of the metaverse is that we could be digital avatars to actually express ourselves. So me, Meta DJ, I'm actually currently in world. Shout out to the Decentraland community. We almost got 40 friends in the DCL community parcel. I'm there as my avatar, rocking DJ gear, having my pink hair, which, I just wish I could have, a little purple too. So I'm really expressing my true self and having a sense of self-expression. And I think what we're going to start to see is this going to be more and more the trend, because we're going to go from being on our little phones, scrolling through the feed, living vicariously, wanting to be a part of an experience, and instead we could truly be our persona as an avatar and be in the experience together, whether that is through commercial activities, enterprise, or of course social, like we're doing right now as we network and talk. Sinful, do you want to add it all?
Yeah, I mean, even there's aspects to digital identity where like you could be anonymous, like your in real life self could be anonymous, but you'd be known as a certain avatar within the Web3 space. Like for me, it would be I'm Sinful in Web3, but I'm a show host, I am a community builder, but in the real life setting, I am not Sinful. I am my real name, and I go by my, as I like to call it, my Govy. Yeah, definitely, like, the Web3 space does allow you to choose whether you want to remain anonymous or represent yourself in the digital setting, and from there you could even dig a little deeper within like in Decentraland, your how you look. Meta DJ just mentioned he's got all his DJ gear out. Like people know he's a DJ. I myself, I'm a little goofier, and I have this Deadmau helmet from the 2021 music festival in Decentraland that I have not taken off since I bought that. So, and kind of identity within like the metaverse 3D setting kind of does even go a little further beyond that. Like when you could start to identify your friends by the outfits that they wear. By like, I know Mariana, at least on my screen. Okay, on the actual screen, she's across down there. Mariana, she looks like Mariana. Like you see the pretty girl down, right there. Like that's Mariana in the metaverse.
Can't miss the hair and the dress.
That's being on brand.
But yeah, that pretty much that's all I had to add. And yeah, if Mariana or anyone else wants to add on to that, go for it.
Oh, I feel like you guys covered it pretty well. I mean, I try to stay to like myself. So like the personality that I have IRL pretty much reflects my personality in Decentraland almost. Like I like with the wearables too, like you'll see that there's different kinds of wearables, fantasy, mythics, gaming, more like your normal casual outfits. Like I try to stay, my identity in Decentraland would be more like, I wear what I probably would wear maybe in Decentraland. There's some or in real life, there's sometimes where I'll, whatever, go away from that a little bit here and there. But yeah, so that's another aspect. Like you can dress your avatar to reflect yourself or your own personal avatar. Yeah, go ahead.
You did actually mention something I even wanted to touch on, like just now, the personality aspect of it. Like I can say that in a digital setting, me as Sinful, I am more confident. I'm a different, like in a way, I'm a different person in a way. I don't know how to explain it really, but like I've gained some confidence through the metaverse that has helped build up my real life character and confidence as well. So in turn, like even like the kind of like how you are in the metaverse could also like amplify who you are in real life as well, and you never know, open up opportunities. And Meta DJ, I see you messing with your mic.
Yeah, I got a little talk switch. There's a command center behind here. It's the Meta DJ command center. But I just wanted to say no, I wanted to say Sinful, playing right off of that. I would say it's an extension of our reality. I think sometimes there's a stigma where it's like, like video games or the metaverse. It's like, what is that? That's not real, right? And it's like, well, it's actually, we're using technology as a tool to express ourselves. I do what I do because I'm trying to empower self-actualization and autonomy. Okay, so I want you to be you. However you want to be you, and make it borderless. No longer
digital identities. We can also was thinking to talk about also digital brand and how to build it.
You're on mute, Mariana. We all have switches. We all have these button switches. All right. Anyway, go ahead, Mariana.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can lead the start of it. So sometimes building a personal brand almost happens unexpectedly. Like, so how I entered into Decentraland first was through streaming. Like I started streaming after watching a few other people stream. Like, oh, I could stream me playing Decentraland. And as Scat mentioned, like I come from a finance background. Like my real job is in finance, accounting. Like I was leaving that at the door before I entered Decentraland. Like I'm not gonna let anyone know that I'm in finance.
But now she's disclosing it.
My metaverse, I'm gonna be a gamer. I don't really game too much anymore, but yeah. So I started my personal brand through streaming with another friend. Back then, his name was Rich Comey. So me and him started like a little collective of hanging out around Decentraland. And then since then, like I just somehow started to then become more intertwined with the community. You know, support events, started hosting events, more streaming events. I joined something called the Decentraland Report at one point, where we would report like on different aspects and news of Decentraland. to then becoming more involved with the DAO process. So then I started to bring in my more finance perspective. But then also like social media creation. Right now, the metaverse and Web3 in general is a new ocean that we're exploring, and there's not a lot of content currently for Decentraland or Web3 as is. So then I started, growing my Twitter with just, different content creations. I love video making, like in real life. I love photography, videography, drone photography, you name it. So then I started doing that, and then as you stay longer in the field, you meet up with different people that share the same interests with you, and then you build your brand through different events of common interests, music events, education events. If you know how to do something in real life, you may run into someone in Decentraland or the metaverse that also likes doing that. Like, for example, I had like a drone event with my friend Janko. We then found more people in Decentraland that like drones and also contributed their drone photos to this event. But like through different experiences, through networking, you build your personal brand. You try new things. Like I said before, Decentraland, I never streamed before. So like you build your brand by doing different skills, from social media marketing to potentially streaming, 3D modeling, offering some sort of service, creating content, newsletters, blogs, whatever. Twitter, Sinful and Canessa, for example, they started a community building Decentraland Twitter space, and now it's like it is the most popular Twitter space
Yes.
in Decentraland, where the community can gather around weekly and discuss the different developments going on in Decentraland events, DAO governance, maybe sometimes. We try not to talk about the DAO on the Twitter spaces. But,
They're like shaking our fists.
yeah, but there's so many different ways you can build your brand in Decentraland, and it's so like inspiring to see how people do it too, and how it's very pretty when we see different people empowering themselves and their like other people. Like it's such a beautiful experience that I can't even like describe. Even to this day, it just amazes me to see like even like Meta DJ and Simple, like they're both my friends, starting from when we first entered Decentraland to where we all are now, in terms of what we contributed to the space and how our personal brands evolved. It's just crazy to think.
Grants sound good too, so I'll certainly take those. Simful, do you want to take a tackle at it?
No, go for it.
Cool. So, Mariana kind of stole the thunder. I was going to share a little surprise, but no. I'll still tip it. So, I mean, spot on. Building off of what Mariana touched on, DJing was a big part of my life before I had entered the metaverse or even knew of the metaverse, as I was first watching Ready Player One, even if you're familiar with that Spielberg movie. If you haven't watched it, you got to watch it. Watch it with whoever, or just watch it with yourself. Do it. But, it'll give you such a bigger perception of what the metaverse can be. So when I was a DJ for many years. I've been a DJ now for close to 7-8 years. I started private events, but I was always looking for more, and I was always fascinated with technology, whether it was with my DJ gear or even beyond. And then I discovered blockchain in 2020. It was quite fascinating. I actually learned about the tech. I did a boot camp with the University of Pennsylvania here in America, and learned about machine learning and smart contracts, all to find out that I am more interested on the vision of being a creator and implementing the tech and not being a programmer. But what happened is I became more and more fascinated with how I could leverage that tech to build my brand into the metaverse and go from this regional private event DJ to a global DJ that has a global reach and truly is using this technology to express whatever is on my mind. There's no limits. It's a virtual world. No longer do I have to spend $250,000 to $500,000. Granted, never was doing that. Would be awesome if that money existed, but for now, like, don't need to spend excessive amount of money to create one experience. Now at a much more manageable scale, if you can work with 3D designers or you learn those skills, you could build your own world. So as I got in the space, I discovered blockchain, then it was NFTs, and then next thing you know, I'm like, oh wait, the metaverse is the hub where all of this takes place. And something I've actually been talking about recently is that the metaverse is a movement that leverages innovative technology, but it's really a way of life. It's about being interconnected, being able to express yourself, being able to have true ownership of your own assets. And to me, it's more of a philosophy. So if you're intimidated by the tech or don't think it's ready, focus on the movement, the mindset of the metaverse. So as I finally discovered that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be Meta DJ. Like, that's it. I'm doing it. 2020, got all the domains I could possibly get, and started on a call set up like Discord doing private events, literally like what we're doing here right now. I was the resident DJ for an NFT project. We'd fill the room. By the way, I see we may need to reset the call, Scat, just an FYI. We have 15 minutes. But to wrap up what I'm saying, I just started doing private events in virtual spaces, and that iterated. Next thing you know, I discovered Decentraland, and yes, met Mariana. And actually, Mariana was a big aspect of why I was able to really catapult into the community. I was like a stranger to the metaverse. Big vision, big ambition, lots of creativity, but I was like, how, what, who, what, when, where, why? And we partied up in a virtual music festival. I made it my vision to actually DJ in that festival the following year. By the way, fun fact, it did happen. And next thing you know, I'm getting paid to do virtual performances in the metaverse, mastering my craft, and connecting with a following that goes beyond the United States where I'm based at. I have a very strong following in Latin America with DCL Brazil, Australia, Europe, where you guys are set up. It's really an incredible journey, and this party's just getting started. So I'm so excited to see where this goes.
And now I can jump into with my answer, which is the least interesting answer. Like, when it came to like starting a brand in the metaverse, for me, it pretty much just happened by accident. Completely. I just stumbled across Decentraland, and by accident I have a brand. But on a more serious note, I've been streaming since like 2019. And I came into Decentraland back in 2021, and I was just streaming to stream, not really having a direction for where my content was going, until I met a friend of mine called Altcoin Radio, which wanted me to, like, was seeing that my streams and wanted to host me on their land. And he was like pretty much the first individual to kind of spark that idea to like start focusing my content somewhere, like one direction. Talk show, for example. This is how it ended up going. Yeah, from there I just kept going. And then, which led into my first wearable, which is the Mew bubble that is behind me. Like, the Mew just became something that people knew me by. The way it started was I used to mess with people on Decentraland, use the voice chat and just mew at them like randomly, and people would be like, "Where'd that come from?" Like looking around, and eventually, like, my my friend Tank Poco, she is operator of the Dollhouse here on Decentraland. She kind of like sat down with me and she said, "Listen, you need a wearable. You're the only streamer here in Decentraland that is as known as you are, but have absolutely nothing in the marketplace." Thus, the birth of this Mew bubble happened. It was created by Tank Poco's team, and it was kind of like it was a gift to me. So in a way, my brand was gifted to me by a friend in the community, and been running with it since.
Okay, just another question before we step to the next session, and it is about community building, because we have been talking a lot about community and how this community has changed our life. And so I don't know if you want to add a little bit more, and also what does it mean, for instance, to be a community builder?
I mean, I'll jump in this one if it's okay for first, and you get. I mean, to be a community builder in Web3 in this space is a position of servitude for, like, in my opinion. You are there for others, and just trying to build others, and and along the way also having a lot of fun. And I have to say, like within Web3 and the Decentraland metaverse, it is very important to build that community around you, around your content, whatever you may be doing, because the Decentraland metaverse settings are like a perfect way for creators to really engage with their audience. Like for example, we could all be watching a movie on Discord, let's say, and get like, feel together, but at the same time, you could be on Decentraland in a digital setting and watch the same movie, and it'll just feel different. You get more of a connection with people. And I'll pass it along to whoever wants to jump in.
Yeah, we could go in reverse order this time. So I couldn't agree with Sinful more. Just quickly tapping into what he says, it's like a sense of presence that you, from the outside, like if you were looking over someone's shoulder, you'd be like, these graphics are still like kind of new in development. Like this doesn't look fully advanced. It's like, make your avatar, get your NFTs, dress it up, maybe make your own NFTs and dress yourself up. And just psychologically immerse yourself. Give yourself a chance. This is what I used to say early in the metaverse. I was like, don't worry about the tech right now. Focus on this, your brain, and how you can find a sense of connection with these people, because now you're emoting. Like, you're no longer just a name in a feed or a name in a comment box. You're able to express. Sometimes Mariana will just come up to me like a little wave, a little dance move, and it's like, this is so cool because I can now like non-verbally communicate with her in a digital space. And then to also tap into, Sinful touched on the artists and the connection with the community. What I've been most intrigued about is the artist connecting with the artist. The metaverse is attracting a very niche group of creators within all their own subgroups of skill sets. So me being a DJ, there's a few other DJs out there. There's live performance artists, there's streamers, but everyone's having a little bit of their own innovative touch to it. And it also seems quite personable because the metaverse really embraces you to be your own genuine self, because you can express yourself and it feels a little real. I've really enjoyed leveraging the connection with all these cool artists that are looking to build our brands, but build it collectively. And I think the DAO, actually, the structure Mariana was talking about earlier, really empowers that. So there's a sense of community, not only through the governance, but also through the creations and experiences we share together. Pass the mic to you, Mariana.
Yeah, and then what's beautiful then is after all these different discussions and events, like you end up being like such great friends with a lot of these communities that you build or be a part of. You go to live events, whether it's like NFT New York City or NFT London in your case. Like it's beautiful when you like meet or establish a community in the metaverse, but it's so much cooler when you can like meet them in person. It's such a like a beautiful experience. Like I know so many Decentraland creators and community members met each other. I personally met a few people in like in LA, for example, or there's a summit coming up. So it's definitely rewarding to then take it a step further. But then also after building experience, attending events as part of a community member, or even when you contribute your thoughts or whatever you have expertise in, it's then beautiful when you could help contribute to a platform. For example, like with the DAO, back to the DAO, like if someone knows how to improve the gaming platform structure, like being able to build with other programmers for that aspect, to then better the platform. So there's just different ways you can community build, but then also feel a sense of accomplishment to be able to contribute some sort of thought to a community, or even like a skill, or even helping with like an event in the back end or front end, however you may please. And then also like Scass, she is then able to use her community building skills to then be an ambassador. Like it's such an important thing to then after building up your experience in Decentraland, learning about the platform, learning about the users, the events, types of the ecosystem, you can then go out in the real world and then physically build a community. Kind of what we're doing right now, we're trying to build a community then outside and hope to get people excited to then, in the local city that you're in, then build like a community over there. So I've seen a lot of this happen too, like where we've had other ambassadors also build like little friend groups, within their country, or it doesn't even have to be about the metaverse, but like in general, like, like a blockchain group. Every so often you meet up with those same people. So then so it's just crazy how you can start with one, you start online, then meet the people in Decentraland in one spot, and then, have education seminars, or then be able to go out to conferences to teach how you community build in Decentraland and continue kind of the train of like leadership, if you will. So, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you have any question at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Living on a boat and working in a van or on the boat as a filmmaker, I can't have a lot of expensive screens, so I'm waiting for the Apple Vision Pro to arrive in the UK. I was wondering, one of the things I like about that is that I can have a 4K screen wherever I want, and I can put WhatsApp over there, and I can put other things. Now, from what you're saying, it seems that one could immerse oneself in the metaverse and have other people see what you're doing and collaborate with you. Is that just a dream, or is that a potential reality?
I'd say it's a potential reality right now. Unfortunately, Decentraland is still not on a VR client, so that means it probably is not nearly anywhere close to an Apple Vision Pro interface, but definitely possible, and it's definitely something that I believe is in the works. Not from a DAO side, but I believe from like the foundation side. That might be.
Yeah, and just to add to that, so actually, I'll be sneak peeking a little bit of what is possible from a creator standpoint. I've been really focused on trying to not only, like, right now the metaverse is very much like a three-dimensional immersive streaming experience. Like, you can gather together, you can build, you can gamify, you can do interactions within the space, and then of course you can have a transmission of a feed like we're doing right now into the metaverse. But as a performer, I am trying to be more tapped into actually being in the metaverse and using that as my instrument. So something I'm doing for our after party is I actually am DJing in virtual reality. It's an augmented projection of a DJ controller, which, oh, by the way, is typically in real life $5,000+, like the type of stuff you see at like the big time festivals. And I am using an augmented version in a virtual space. And currently my little wraparound is I'm streaming that into the stream that goes into the space. So I'm not actually in the space DJing, but what's cool about the software I use is that it actually allows multiple DJs to be in a VR space collaborating. So I think we're closer than even what Mariana just said. I think it's already happening. And now it's about expanding beyond even these DJ kind of unique applications. And maybe you could be in the metaverse with your Vision Pro, you're strumming a guitar, you're singing the vocals, the bass is chiming in, boom, 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 getting the drums that you hit at a rainbow shoots out. I mean, the sky's the limit. You can tell I'm pretty passionate about it. So I think your head's in the right spot, and you definitely could do what you're doing at a much lower budget in the metaverse, depending on how far you want to go with it.
Do you have any other questions? Okay, so I will stop the call momentarily, and I will start another call in 1 second, and I'll see you in a minute.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Do we leave or?
I don't know. I guess.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
See you guys soon.
Yep. All right, friends, DCL fam, you should still be hearing my audio. This is Meta DJ. What an experience. What a turnout. 46 friends in world. Give me some ones in the chat if you can still hear me. I always like to get that reassurance. Just give us a moment here as we hop on a second. This meta awesome. Yes, it is meta awesome indeed. Let's see, who do we got here while we got 328, we got AFJ, Aftermaster, Alanita, One's Off the Chains, We got Attila, Corona, Arile, Laban. So I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. We got Biocam. That means Vita TV's here. Kinessa, thank you so. What an incredible build by Kinessa. Everyone, give Kinessa some love. I mean, this video is making my headband look really good. Chade Queso, Chrono Trigger. I mean, there's so many. Hold on, I gotta hop back on the call. Shout out to everyone that's here. I've been kind of focused on building my metaverse brand, Zuberant, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, stay tuned. And it's just been so exciting to be back here with you guys now, getting to just share what's happening and reconnect with all of you. Give me one moment, friends. I'm gonna see how we pop back in. Let's see. This is Behind the Booth with Meta DJ. Let's try. Nope. All right, well, I think I can keep doing some shout outs. Shout out to Dingia. Mr. Dingia is in the house. We got Ernst Chino. Derek DCL Chess is in the house. We see Chrono Trigger, Fred Arme, Fancy, HB Privkos, JK, some of these names. Jim Cedric. Jim Cedric, we always love when, you know it's a real event when Jim Cedric's there. You know it's a real event. Judas, Kairos, Lord Like, Mirko Zwetra. Man, you guys are testing me with these names. Marion. Mariana's in the house. Masquita, what's up, Masca? Maliti, Mean Green Doge. Watch out for the Mean Green Doge, although quite a friendly Mean Green Doge. Mary Shark, Metawolf. Mikey Z, Multi-NFT, Let's Go Ragin, Nwiz, Rishi Girl, Centurno, Sherry Berry, Sinful, Mew, give me some Mew Mews, Scat, our host, Stony Eye, Mafaya, the Crypto Rat, Toxic Waifu, Vita TV, let's go. I'm sure we're broadcasting this all over. And another Vita TV rep, he is in multiple forms. And Kronos. Shout out to Kronos. And of course, Meta DJ here. So great to be back with you guys. How are we doing today? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? We should be hopping on the next call in just a moment. Are we excited for the after party? None of you better be leaving within the next hour, because I got some new tricks to share. And you're all going to be probably reaching out to me and saying, when meta party? I think we got a new Google link, so let's pop in. We got another round of panels. Yeah, facts, Mikey Z, facts. We got another panel and then a party with yours truly. So give us just one moment here. All right, I'm in the queue to join, friends. I am in the queue. This is an awesome build. Kinessa, by the way, built this for this event, friends. I mean, absolutely amazing. And this is a big screen. This is quite immersive. And by the way, I saw my little board. I saw all the speakers boards downstairs. I got to take a picture with that. That's so cool. The personalization. This is truly showcasing the potential of the metaverse and the type of experiences we can share together. And all you guys showing up today, 48 now, truly just shows how strong of a community we are. I mean, I think the power of 50 quality individuals is special.
We are back again. Okay.
All right, we're back, friends.
Join. Once you're joined. Otherwise, I have to. Okay, I start my presentation. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Long time to see.
It's like at a blink, we're back in the metaverse. This is what I love about this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't have an excuse for traffic in the metaverse, friends. Internet traffic, maybe.
My Wi-Fi isn't working.
Yeah. You're going to be investing more in your Wi-Fi with the metaverse, I'll tell you that, friends.
Oh yeah.
Join the group. So then I start with the presentation.
Oh, Scott again.
Oh wow, we got a digital clone of Scat in the room.
Okay, now I start the presentation and we do the onboarding session, and then we will see you in Word. Okay, all right. Okay, so welcome to Decentraland, first of all. And if you type decentraland.org on your browser, and you will find yourself in a page like that. Niente, è lo schermo mio. Ok. Let me see this. All right. Okay. And then by clicking these two little arrows or by accessing with your Google account, you will find yourself in a page like this. And here is basically how to customize your avatar.
Just muting the stream for just a moment, friends in DCL. We're doing a quick onboarding session, and then we're going to be hanging out in World, showing our new friends what's up in the metaverse.
And then you'll, once you have customized your avatar, you will find yourself in a place like this. And here it's a walkthrough experience, which during which you will learn how to move into the world. I walk around the table so just to see if is everything fine. I don't know if you have any help.
No, I've just reached this point.
Okay.
Presumably. Okay. So randomize will make it random. Character random or what?
I think so.
It's still a girl.
Chiming in again. This is Behind the Booth with Meta DJ. What's up, DCL fam? We're doing some onboarding. Who's excited to have some new friends in Decentraland? Let's go. We got to do more of these. This is one individual at a time. We will fill Decentraland up with vibrant, beautiful people. Am I right? Let's go, fam. I'm curious, DCL fam, when did you first enter Decentraland? And then also, if there was a metaverse before Decentraland, when did you enter it? Let us know in the chat. Ooh, RuneScape. That actually may be my first one as well. Let's go. I had like level 77 woodcutting. I was like DJing in the rhythm of woodcutting. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. Again, just a reminder, friends, we're doing some onboarding here. So we're doing some IRL onboarding, the fun stuff, right? So we could do even more fun stuff. So just hang tight, and we're going to be doing a party soon from a DJ. Heard a meta DJ. Couldn't be me though. Could it? So just hang tight, friends. And also, I promise if there's any commentary worth sharing, I will turn the feedback on. But trying to keep the audio super crispy here on the back end. Isn't this fun? Audio feeding through a call. They're muted. They can't hear me, right? But you guys can hear me. Yeah. You guys have the alpha. So what alpha do you want to know? Do you want to know like the future of metaverse DJing? What's coming soon with Zubrin? What NFTs are about to... I don't know. Maybe I'll have to hold my mic on that. Second Life. I gotta check out Second Life. I have not delved into that just yet. It's been out for a while. By the way, everyone should read a book called The Metaverse. It was published like a year ago. It talks about Second Life. It's like one of the only really good legitimate metaverse books out there. I forget who it's by, but just Google The Metaverse and look for like a red and orange cover. So check that out.
Okay. Okay.
I'm slowly loading back in.
So basically, we are into Decentraland, and we are waving at each other. And
Yay! Welcome to Decentraland. Welcome to Decentraland.
okay.
Everyone in DCL, let's give our new friends a warm welcome. What's up? Welcome to Decentraland.
And let me see if I can see viewing board. Okay, I see the Crypto Rat, which is one of our attendees. Right.
What up, Crypto Rat?
If any of you IRL at the event in Europe are in world, let us know that it's one of you. We'll give you some love.
Yep, just press enter and type in chat. I'm new here.
If you want to present each other, yourself in the chat, so that you can connect with the people in the community, because they are here to welcome you in this immersive environment.
Meta DJ, I see your message. What is rave mode?
yeah. What is that?
Okay. So it's supposed to be a bug, but to me, it's more of a feature. And it's like when the Decentraland starts going all crazy and stuff, like out of nowhere. Like I'm sure it's happened to you already, and you have to like refresh. To some it's a bug. To others, such as myself, it's a feature.
I like it. It's like a little Easter egg quirk glitch that you want to happen at least once, and then maybe after twice, you're like, a little too much rave mode.
And you
It's a
play
little too hardcore.
You play Sandstorm in your head though.
Yes, Darude. I love
By the way,
it.
I think the server is frozen.
Let me see. It looks good on my end. My computer is still moving and grooving.
For me, I was seeing in world, it looked frozen, then I've refreshed, and now it's better, it's moving.
Okay, let me refresh then.
Little refresh. Yeah. For our newcomers into Decentraland, sometimes there can be some technical hurdles, but it truly is worth it. And it's only going to get better. The beautiful part about this is it's software. So at a venue, you put in the wrong screen, right? You may be a little stuck. In here, it's like, just quickly redo the code. I remember like planning for events and festivals with Mariana, and like I'm like in the front end, like trying to get the music in. She's like, hold on, let me go on the code. And it was like, we fixed it. So, and eventually no code solutions, like if you're a little kind of intimidated by the idea of, I have to code something to be able to build my own 3D world. There already is no code solutions, and more, even in Decentraland, there are DAO grants that are working towards tools to allow you to have in-world builders, drag and drop, just like a PowerPoint presentation, but 3D and cooler. Oh my gosh. Imagine a DCL build that is a PowerPoint presentation. Like you have a full pitch deck and just the whole world's moving. Okay, to all 40 plus people in world, someone do that. Someone make a PowerPoint presentation in Decentraland.
You know what's better than PowerPoint? A Microsoft Excel sheet.
Ooh, now we got the finance expert. Let's go.
I have to be people about that. I think I spoke to Simple about that.
Mariana with the big brain over here.
Exactly.
I like it. You could hack it though and just make it a screen share, and everyone thinks it's like this in-world spreadsheet.
Yeah, we should make our own Excel. IT purposes, that is.
We definitely have some quirks as we are these pioneers in the metaverse. All these cool things you could possibly make, and we want to make PowerPoints and spreadsheets.
Unless we want Microsoft's attention.
This is true. I've been getting Copilot's attention on X. Been showing them my AI music. So I'm like, let's throw a party in the metaverse. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, there we go.
Dang, I'm still over here using Grok to ask it what he smells like.
That's so on Mew. That's so on Mew.
Well, I can tell you there's a decent answer for that. He smells like burnt hair. It is a fragrance that was made by Boring Company, or produced by Boring Company, his, like, I don't know, 1 millionth company that he's founded. And yeah, so that is what Elon Musk sounds like.
According to his artificial twin Grok.
Yeah, burnt hair fragrance.
Yeah, the Boring Company did. They made these little flamethrowers. It was pretty wild. We got Scat back.
We're back. We're just about burnt hair.
Yeah, just having fun here. AI, spreadsheets, burnt hair.
All that fun stuff.
We like to have fun in the meta. I see all of our friends like running up the stairs for the little opening. They're like, can't. It's like that moment in the movie theater. You're like, I need to go to the bathroom. Wait, popcorn, no! You're sprinting up the stairs.
I still don't see the screen, Ryan. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. You can watch off my Twitch.
Yeah, you won't want to miss it either, because I made a fresh set for our after party.
Don't want to miss this, Mariana.
No, I cannot.
No excuses. Mariana has found a way to sneak away from my parties recently, and there's just no excuses for this gal.
Hi, little pussy girl.
I'm just messing.
I even see Stony Eye on Scat's screen. That is like a Decentraland community member, community creator. He hosts weekly shows at the True Band Room every Monday called MoFi Mondays. And he'll do also some other stuff, like he's got his own show called Mo Beats on every other Sunday, where he'll like bring a DJ, a guest producer on, and they'll make a beat together, and he'll contribute with like his guitar ripping and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, Stoney's got some wild riffs, and he truly owns the mic, so I always love hearing his commentary. He was one of the first performers I saw outside of just me doing meta DJ stuff, so really impressed with Stoney.
Not to make you jealous, but I met Stoney in LA and Raston.
Now I'm jealous, so
Yeah.
you did it.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah, that's what's so cool. I was a speaker and artist at the NFT NYC convention, and getting to meet people in this space that are passionate and dedicated, or even new friends. And then you can introduce them to the metaverse and be like, see, we're not going to be that far apart. We can have parties and go to Mo Beats in the metaverse.
So Meta DJ, do you really live in a spaceship?
Yes, it is. This is actually my techno stage. It's actually where I will be performing in just a little bit. But yeah, I live in a spaceship, and sometimes I occasionally portal to the mortal realm to hang out with you guys.
Mariana looking like she lives in Spain. Sorry, I'm judging now.
You look like you live in a Mew. Yep, Mew. That's funny. I think this is the inaugural launch of our new talk show. Scat, let us know if there's anything we can help with. We are just keeping the vibes flowing.
I am writing in the chat who are the new members that are new attendees that are here today. And so if you you can also greet them if you follow the chat.
So cool.
Meta DJ, question for you. What does your spaceship smell like? Just like Chrono Trigger.
Oh, that's a great question. It smells like artificially intelligent fragrance because it was generated by AI. Yeah, really dynamic and engaging. So yeah, that's what it smells like.
Got some burnt hair fragrance over there.
Yeah, actually, I have my flamethrower and I just torched up the whole scene. So, and especially where there's no oxygen, how I'm able to create fire without oxygen? That's the magic of the metaverse.
Magic. Yeah, we don't have physics in the metaverse. I see. Welcome, Crypto Red. I see your comment. Brilliant job, even with the horrible hotel Wi-Fi. That is facts. I'm very happy to see you here on Decentraland today. And if you have any questions on like how to improve performance, like in world, you can press P on your keyboard, and that'll bring up your settings. And from there, if you're still listening, you can turn your scene load radius to 2, turn down your scene load radius to 2 under your general graphics settings. And then go over to your graphics tab, and you could set your graphics quality to medium. And then from there, like, you can just tweak stuff. I usually set my render scale up to 1. And
Okay.
have my FOV all the way up to 80.
I'll show it on my screen. So P is for adjusting the settings.
Mm-hmm.
And you can lower the scene load radius to at least 2 rather than 3.
2 is good. If you still struggle with 2, then 1 would work.
And also go to the graphic tab, and there is the graphic quality, and go with the medium one, if that works.
We're hooking them up right now. This is stuff that not all new users get to know whenever they log into Decentraland.
A DCL chess is laying the law of the rules of Decentraland. And our first rule is to have fun, which I think is a very important unofficial rule since it's decentralized.
It took me 6 months to realize that I was in medium mode. I'm like, how are my photos so bad on Twitter? And it took me like 6 months to learn the ultra mode.
The hotkey P is brand new to me. I mean, I've been hitting escape in the menu bar. Whoa, boy. Can't do it all, friends.
would say that we can start with our surprising final part of the.
Oh, yay. Awesome. Well, Scott, did you want to do anything with closing remarks, or do we want to kind of like an intro here and then jump right into it?
I just would like to thank you everyone who is attending here in the UK. Thank you very much for being here. And I am very happy to have been joining and sharing this experience with you all. I am also really grateful to the Decentraland community for being here and supporting us today, and in particular to my team, Mariana, MetaDJ, Sinful, and last but not least, Vanessa, who supported me throughout my journey as ambassador in this experience. And let's have fun together.
Amazing.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Good job, Scott.
Yeah, what an incredible experience. And by the way, the experience doesn't end. So the little treat Scott was talking about is, so, okay, we've talked about the metaverse. We've gotten you into the metaverse, but what do we do in the metaverse? Well, we certainly could chat, hang out, dance, express our emojis, but what we love to do in the metaverse is party. And as Meta DJ, I think I could hook us up with that. So we should be wrapping up this call, and we, in just a moment or two, will get this party started and show you what it's like to have an immersive Meta DJ party in the metaverse.
And I mean, before we switch, could I make some closing remarks?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, to anyone new that just came into Decentraland and like is already thinking and like visualizing ways of how to build or contribute, bring your content to Decentraland. Biggest tip I can give you is don't be shy. Get in there, meet some people, build with the community, and you know, from learning, then like don't be afraid to try things. Like if your first event fails, like because of some technical glitch, like don't let that discourage you. There's been many times, even myself, I've hosted over 150 events in Decentraland, and I've had those technical difficulties as well. And yeah, just it's important to just identify them and then try again. Do not let failure discourage you, because like even us that have we're in ever evolving space. Thank you for being here, everyone, and it's very nice to meet you. My name is Sinful in World. If you want to ask me any questions or send me a friend request, you're more than welcome to. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll extend the offer for that as well for any governance, DAO, event, whatever questions you may have in the future. So feel free to reach me on Twitter, Mariana, DCL, wherever. But yeah, and remember that you'll find your tribe like I wouldn't say right away, but the Decentraland is for everyone. Like there's all kinds of mindsets in here from different careers, cultures, languages. So yeah, I didn't think I would find a finance presence here, but I did. So if you're in the same spot, you'll find your tribe, whatever hobby or interest that you have in real life. So best of luck with coming to Decentraland. Hope to see you soon.
They covered it, and you can if you're looking to have a party, you know who to call or message Meta DJ official. Back to you, Scott.
Let's start the party then.
All right, I'm gonna hop off the call, friends, and get it going. Cheers. This was awesome. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, DCL fam. This is Meta DJ. This is the Meta DJ experience. Let's get this party started.